We are so pleased to bring in the man of the hour, Jake Paul, who's joining us. Jake, I don't want to be presumptuous, so for the folks that are still familiarizing themselves with your journey, what was the idea to become a boxer born of?
Man, I needed it. I needed the discipline. I love athletics. I grew up playing sports, state wrestler, state football player, state lacrosse player. And so I missed that being in Los Angeles. And that routine, that discipline that boxing gave me is why I fell so much in love with it. And after I got my first knockout, I just never wanted to stop.
Certainly, you are quieting more critics with each one of your wins, but when did you actually believe that you could become a champion?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think after knocking out Tyron Woodley was when I really believed in what I was capable of and how quickly I was learning, adapting, and growing and getting better and better at the sport. And then my confidence continues to grow, beating Anderson Silva and then the work we've done in this camp. I think this will be my best performance yet today against the professional boxer. And I'm sparring against world champions in practice, and my coaches know what I'm capable of. I know what I'm capable of, and I know I can become a world champion.
It's interesting because every single fight, it feels like with each fight, you're trying to legitimize yourself. And you did the air quotes. This is the first professional boxer you'll be facing. Do you think that that is another bid towards finally getting people to accept you?
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a step in the right direction. I think the critics will always have something to say about me. They're going to make excuses, but I do respect the criticism in the fact that I haven't fought a real professional boxer. I fought, one of the greatest combat sports strikers of all time in Anderson Silva, but he's technically not labeled as a professional boxer. So I get the criticism, and that's why I'm so excited for this fight on Sunday is because now I get to put myself to the test and see what I'm capable of against, a Fury, a legendary bloodline. His brother's the heavyweight champion of the world. He's a young UK prospect. He's got the length, the height, all of the things, the speed. So it's going to be a good fight, but I just know that I'm better than this guy.
You know that. Why?
Just my preparation, and I think everything that he does well in the ring, I'm very capable of disarming that. And I have that power that makes people second guess what they're going to do in the ring because once they feel it for the first time in the first or second round, everything changes. Their whole game plan changes because they know I can put them to sleep with one punch.
Certainly, you understand the entertainment aspect of not only what you do on social media, but also with boxing. Is there real animosity between you and Tommy? It feels that way.
Yeah, there's definitely been a lot of build up and back and forth and all of this. For me, it's just fun. I'm a troll at heart. Like I grew up on the internet and having fun with memes and all that sort of stuff. So I don't take it personally, but it seems to me that he sort of does. But hey, it's all part of the game and mental warfare. And the build up for this has been pretty crazy. And we've been trying to get this fight for a couple of years now. So finally, here we are. It looks like he's going to get in the ring, actually. And I'm excited to go in there and do what I do best.
We've already heard from WBC. They say that if you beat Tommy Fury, that you will be ranked. What would that mean to you to get a worldwide ranking?
It's pretty dope. If that's what they want to do, I know it's a bit controversial, but what I have said is if you look at your favorite boxer out there in their seventh fight, who were they fighting? No one was really watching. No one was paying attention, and most likely they were fighting somebody who was put in there to lose, to build their record, to gain more and more experience. Even Gervonta Davis fought an MMA fighter in his seventh fight who had never boxed before. So and the same with Mike Tyson, same with Muhammad Ali. And so in my seventh fight, I'm taking on an undefeated prospect from, like I said, a legendary bloodline. And so I'm challenging myself a lot more than 99.9% of professional boxers do in their seventh fight.
With that being said, then, because listen, I understand that you've heard the criticism, but we've had boxing experts on this very show that recognize your skill and your talent. So what do you think it would take, Jake, to get wholesale respect from the boxing world?
Look, I'm just going to continue to keep on proving myself, continue to get better in the gym and working and grinding every single day. That's what I do, and I'm only 6-0, right? So I get their reservations, but they do see that I work hard. I have a long way to go, a lot more to prove to get to the higher levels, but that's exactly what I'm going to do. And I think with each step along that path, people will start to slowly respect me more and more and more. And Sunday night's the first step in that direction.
You mentioned how hard you work. You've got 20 million YouTube subscribers. You've got 22 million Instagram followers. We talked about how you sort of rose to fame and prominence. How do you balance the requirements it takes to be a professional athlete with the requirements it takes to be Jake Paul?
Yeah, look, the athletic side of things always comes first, right? Because my life is on the line in the ring, and we don't take that lightly at all. So that always takes precedence. And then outside of that, I really have a large team to help me with everything A to Z, and they make it really, really easy for me. And I just step in where I'm best at things and need to do things. But the rest they can pretty much handle. And I pretty much work around the clock, 16, 18 hours a day because it's what I love to do. I think life is like a real life Monopoly game. And to me, it's super fun to figure it out from the business side of things to just everything that I want to accomplish in my life. And I just got crazy dreams all the way around the board, personally, business wise, athletically. And so I'm just working every single day to accomplish all of them.
When you're a public figure, Jake, especially one at your level, people have plenty to say about you. What do you think that people get wrong about you most consistently?
Yeah, it's funny, man. Like a lot of the times, um, when people meet me that they don't know what to expect. I think they're like a bit nervous because of this persona that I have online. That's like I talk a lot of smack and so on and so forth. They think I'm loud and crazy, but I'm just a normal kid from Ohio who stumbled into all of this. I'm no different than anyone else other than I've just worked and wanted this, but this is a crazy life. And what you see in celebrities or athletes, all these things, you can't judge a book by its cover. And it's so true. I've met some of my idols who I think are the greatest people in the world, and they're just not nice people. You'll meet someone who you think is really mean, and then they're super awesome and caring and loving. And um, I think people have a misconception of just like who I am in general.
Yeah, a hero worship, right? They say never meet your heroes. You could say for many young people growing up loving the sport of boxing, their hero was Mike Tyson. I know he was at your pre-fight press conference, and you've been having conversations with him. Have you picked his brain at all about what to do in the ring?
Yeah, I mean, not specifically for this fight, but just around his mindset for sure. Um, we've talked before, and he just starts spewing out wisdom. One of the wisest people I've ever met. It was to a point where I wanted to like pull out my phone and start taking notes because the things he was saying were so valuable and so profound. Um, but he's an amazing guy. He's one of my idols that has exceeded my expectations and is even greater in real life.
Well, then it must make you feel great knowing that Iron Mike predicted you would beat Tommy Fury, but it's your first time in a 10-round bout. Give me your prediction for Sunday.
So, Sunday. Early, it'll be like an NFL game. So if you're on the West Coast, it'll probably start around like 11 a.m. East Coast, 2 p.m. on Sunday. But I am going to knock out Tommy Fury within 4 rounds. Bet
Ah,
the house, bet the farm, bet the mortgage.
within 4 rounds, so you don't need the 10. You need half the fight.
Exactly. Easy money.
Well, there it is. We'll see Jake Paul fight Tommy Fury Sunday, 2 p.m. Eastern, ESPN Plus, and pay-per-view. Jake, thank you so much for the time, and good luck on Sunday.
Thank you so much. Have a good rest of your night.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.